It's wild how different I look with makeup on. Oh, sorry, I'm back now. Darn Airbnb guests checking in. No, I love my guests, especially this one. She's so sweet. They got the place for the weekend for the ski races in Elliott Lake, so I always know I have that guaranteed. Okay. Oh, thank you, Robin. I'll let you know. I know it's a CoverGirl, one of those color stay ones. Thank you. And I did a Sephora lighter color over top. Thank you. So I promised and I've committed myself to a video every day. I'm really trying. I forgot to set a timer again. I'm really trying to keep these short, but we'll see how this goes. So I wanted to talk about my day. Uber was a bust. It was actually not completely a bust. Because I have no heat in my car and I can't afford to replace the unit right now. I'm waiting for a cheaper solution to come along, hopefully tomorrow. Don't forget, tomorrow's basically don't shop anywhere day, except for Canadian stores. I don't want to get political in any of my videos, so that's all I'm going to say about that. Or, you know, shop my eBay store if you really have a hankering. Or Mobius 8 or whatever. I don't have much for sale on it, Mobius 8 right now. But anyway, Uber. It was cold, it was snowing, and I have my Airbnb guest. Okay, she's good. My Airbnb guest is just checking in, and it's cold up there too. And so anyway, what am I going to talk about today? I wanted to Uber my day. I didn't drive today because it was cold and snowing, and my car currently is at 4 degrees Celsius, so it's effing cold in there. I can't hold the steering wheel because it's cold, and I'm sure whoever is riding with me is fine. You know, they've got this heated seats, and it's only a few minutes for them, but it can be a few hours for me, and that just doesn't work out well. I'm going to adjust the camera just a touch. There we go. I've got some new names there. Hey, Brad. So yeah, I didn't hit Uber. I decided that I was going to sit my butt down and just list away. So on average, I do about 5 listings per day. Sometimes I do more, sometimes I just relist. But yeah, so I was listing on eBay, taking photos, doing the descriptions, doing the research while I'm doing the descriptions, and because everything should be researched and comps pulled up and stuff like that. And that was one thing I wanted to talk about with regards to helping people today. Another side gig outside of Uber is listing on eBay. I'm going to tell you a little bit about eBay and how I got started on eBay. Years ago, I was looking for a birthday present for a friend, and yeah, I found this one thing, and the guy had already sold it, and sorry, I adjust a lot because of my back. I was looking for something for eBay, and I found this one thing. It was a collectible doll, and the guy had sold out, and so he recommended I check on eBay, and I'm like, eBay? What's eBay? You know, like, it's 1998, and 1998, and I had no clue what eBay was at the time. It was predominantly an American thing, and back then it was just ebay.com. Now, of course, it's, you know, it's severed off into different countries all over the world, and ebay.ca is the one that I work on now, predominantly. I do have ebay.com listings, but those are for my print on demand, and that's why you'll see the Canadian flag stuff, all my Canadian Pride stuff is in American dollars. I can't help that. It's just, that's the only way it works until ebay.ca gets an agreement going with Printify to post on ebay.ca. Anyway, so back then, back in 1998, you know, I discovered eBay, and I thought, you know, even then I was entrepreneurial, and I was trying to figure out, you know, how can I use this to, you know, get myself a good side income. And I just thought about it. I mostly had just shopped on there and picked up a few things, odds and ends. And eventually, though, I had just bought this house in 1998. I was working for Canada Post. That was my full-time job. And I thought I had job security at that point. When I took possession of my house on April 1st, and a month later, we were all laid off from work. And I'm like, I don't know how long we're going to be laid off for. I don't know what to do. So I started looking at eBay as a seller and looking around my house and seeing whatever I could to resell. And I did. I you know, I had VHS collections and DVDs and cassettes and CDs and stuff like that, and books, and I can't remember really what was the first thing that I had sold. I wish I could, but I know it consisted of a lot of the stuff that I had laying around. And this is how, when people ask me about eBay and how to start out, I always say, start with what you already have that you don't need anymore. And, you know, if you haven't used it in a while or something like that, right now, and it's called, the stuff you start out with, or the inventory that you don't have listed, is called a death pile. It's just sitting there doing nothing. And you try to make sure that's as small as possible, constantly being listed. Oh, and of course, Jaeger's going to have a temper tantrum shortly. It's okay, Jaeger. It's all right. Your bowl will be full. Don't look at me like that. Anyway, so I made ends meet during that time when I was laid off from work and had no opportunity to find another job and to pay my mortgage and pay the utility bills and taxes and insurances and all that stuff that comes with home ownership. Because I was single at the time, I did have tenants at that time, full-time tenants, long-term tenants living upstairs. I was living in the basement, so financially I had that bit of security, but they were a couple, or they were a family, and she was my coworker, and she got laid off too. So, you know, there's always that chance of instability for them as well. Anyway, I did a pretty good job, you know, like I only had to deal with, sorry, if I don't take this bowl away from him, he's going to have the ultimate temper tantrum and play hockey with his bowl everywhere. No. So, okay, Jaeger's taken care of. So yeah, I started, that's how I have a 25-year history on eBay, except it wasn't a constant thing. It was off and on whenever I felt like doing it. I bought, when I was getting, I'm going to say the M word, years ago I was engaged to a man and I was getting married, and a good majority of my stuff that I purchased for the wedding was from eBay. I was buying off of eBay sellers that had extras and whatnot. I don't know how it worked for them back then. I always thought everybody was just selling off their own personal collections. I didn't realize people were actually going out thrifting and buying consignment or whatever, everything that they were doing back then. I didn't even think in that direction back then, but I did buy a good portion and saved a ton of money for my wedding that didn't happen. I've never been married. That wedding, that relationship came to a very abrupt ending right before my wedding day, 3 weeks before my wedding day. Yeah. So there I was, a single mother with a baby of 7 months old, with all the wedding bills that were still remaining. He's gonna bug me until I feed him, I know it. Yeah, he's giving me that cute face, like, look at me, mommy. Anyway, yes, so I was working part-time at Canada Post by this time, so I did have a secure position, but I didn't have a substantial income, and I had a lot of legal fees and, again, the mortgage and utilities and all that stuff. And when he left, he left me with 3 months in arrears of utility bills. So what I did was I started selling off all the stuff I had for the wedding and, making my money back somehow to pay for everything. Sorry, I had to feed him or else he was going to play hockey with the bull or cry or bark or do something destructive to get my attention. He's the boss. Jaeger's the boss here. So anyway, that's how I really made ends meet during tough times. So now, fast forward, the elephant, I started working on the elephant, and I needed to do fundraising for the elephant. So I started selling off some of what I knew had value to pay for the dumpsters and the garbage bags and the lost incomes, and because that kind of attention, I couldn't take on a job. The elephant needed a lot of physical attention. It was, I had to be there, and no employer would say, okay, you can take the time off to go to take the scrap metal yard to the scrap metal yard, or scrap metal to the scrap metal yard. No employer is going to be happy with me calling in sick because I've blown my shoulders out or anything like that. That's why I started really focusing in on self-employment and my real estate, tried to focus in on my real estate career. I couldn't give it the same attention that it really needed to start off with. And I didn't get any traction while I was clearing the elephant. The elephant was in my mom's care and everything that was going on with the family. I couldn't give 150% like a real estate career needs. So, but I did do some transactions, and I'm still very grateful to those people. And I know you're out there watching at some point. I'm so grateful to all of you for choosing me as your realtor and trusting me during that time when it was absolutely crazy. But okay, so fast forward, elephant, started doing eBay again. Like I dabble in it. Back then I dabbled in it. I didn't, I made the money that I needed to buy what I had to get, and then I didn't consistently list, which in hindsight, as far as how to eat an elephant is concerned, my best advice for somebody who is living in a similar situation as I was, and things can be gotten rid of, eBay is a very good outlet if you consistently work it, and it's a great way to raise funds and keep your family afloat when it comes to that. I highly recommend it as a side gig or a full-time gig. Same with Uber. It can be either a side gig to make an extra few dollars, or it could be a full-time gig and you make. I've heard of some drivers, now my information is dated, but before COVID, let's say before COVID, a couple of the drivers that I had met, they were making $6,000 to $8,000 a month with Uber. That's pretty good. And by the standards of what's going on, that's pretty good. But that's full time. Anyway, so eBay. eBay now has become, for me, I'm giving it a lot of attention because I know the potential of what I can do with this. I was looking at the numbers today, and everybody, if you've watched the last 2 videos I've done, you know that I'm in a really crappy situation with regards to a lender on this house, this property, the one that I've owned and fought for many years, in more ways than I can count. I've wanted to unload it so many times. I felt held hostage by it. But right now, what's going on with this lender is that I can't even begin to explain it. But what I can explain is the solution that I found and this is again where I'm going to ask you guys for help. I really need you to share my videos, share my eBay store, promote me as a Canadian seller, because I looked at the numbers today, and I have a combined income of print-on-demand digital products on my eBay, and I have physical products. Currently, there's about 1,100 listings and 75, anyway, 1,100 and 1,200 listings I'm edging towards now. And I do make a couple of sales a day without asking for help. This just organically comes to me through my other ways of promoting. But if I get the people who watch this video to go to my store, subscribe to or follow me as a seller, share the link to my store, you'd be helping me in ways that you cannot imagine. Just getting me out there. Now, it's not just, again, it's never just about me. The numbers, okay, let's go back to the numbers before I continue on with what I got going on over here. If I sell 25 to 30% of my current inventory, I can tell this lender to. And if you guys knew the lack of integrity that went on with this, and you know, I praised my mortgage broker. He went to battle for me as best as he could, but there's just some things that you can't stop. And it was a train wreck when we went through this renewal process. And I really, my dream right now is to just pay off this mortgage, which my eBay inventory can do. With the digital products, if it was as easy as selling off the content, the physical contents, it's alone. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. But I need more sales faster. I need more sales faster for this to happen, for this to effectively happen. 1 or 2 sales, 3 sales a day is not enough to get rid of this problem. And this is a serious problem. It's not just about my monthly income. It's the end result. I need it gone. And I can't sell my Airbnbs. People have suggested that. I've run the numbers. I actually don't come that much ahead to make any kind of significant difference with this lender. And I'll end up paying taxes like you wouldn't believe, among other things. And I don't want to reopen that situation again, because I know somebody will have their hands out and demanding it, and that just literally does nothing for me or my kids. But paying off at least a significant amount of the principal on this house through my sales on eBay, that's possible. That's very possible and very easy to do, as long as I get support and backing. Have you guys talk about it. I really want to be that success story. Real estate listings, I'm seeing them a dime a dozen now coming up, and that's not a good sign. I know right now, if somebody asked me to help them buy, I have absolutely no problems with helping them buy a property. Helping them sell might be a bit of a challenge, but I could do it. I just don't know if it'll sell in the end, because the market, I'm seeing in markets that I've never seen listings before, where there's listings. And like in my own neighborhood, we might get 5 a year. And this neighborhood has dozens of, and I've been here 27 years. I've never seen it like this. Even before I got into real estate, I've never seen it like this. So that's a sign of something. Why they didn't choose me as their realtor, I have no idea. But I'm okay to bring buyers in. I'm sure there's going to be a few deals. The problem with that many listings in a neighborhood means that the prices are going to become really competitive. And when my mortgage renews this summer, they'll be doing an appraisal on my property, and the chances are likely that the value may drop because there's so much competition out there. And if the value drops, I'm in bigger doo-doo than you can imagine. So help me sell on eBay. Now, I've got a few items here in front of me. Some are listed, some are not. Most of them are not my own items. I'm actually helping other people with an estate, personal. Some people just don't want to do what I do in reselling, so they have me do it for them, and I take a little piece of it. I would prefer to be focused. Well, no, I want to help people. I was going to say I prefer to focus on my own stuff that I have to downsize. However, people ask me and I say yes, and I list the stuff, and I'll list it alongside the same day I'm doing my own stuff. Sometimes it takes me time. Sometimes it takes time to sell. I've got, here, I'm going to see if I can pull this away and I can show you a little bit more of what's going on here. And of course, I got to wear my Sauble Beach sweatshirt. Calendar for Heaven is wide open. There's only a couple of bookings for this summer, so have a look at my Airbnb link and see if you want to go. Anyway, this is from the Polish estate. Sorry about my hands. I shouldn't show my hands, really. Candlesticks, leather-clad, stainless steel, very modern, very beautiful candlesticks. I think I've got them listed for like $24 on eBay. I also have them on Marketplace, so if somebody wanted to come and do a cash deal, that helps the managers of the estate that I'm working on. I also have a friend of mine brought a Seiko, vintage Seiko watch. I believe this is listed for $250, and we're open for offers on it. And same with this Caravel pocket watch. It's a beautiful watch. They're both very great condition. I think $200 I have it listed for on eBay and Marketplace, and still also open to offers on those. Now, something I don't have listed yet, because it's so cute. It's so cute. This is the hard part about being a reseller. You come across items that are just so adorable. Look at the little bees and everything. They're not listed. I did buy it. Not Value Village. I don't shop Value Village. Salvation Army thrift store. I have a personal choice and reason why I support the Salvation Army, and it has absolutely nothing to do with church services or temple services or whatever that is. Back in the day when my oldest father did what he did, Salvation Army gave me counseling support, and even in 2017, Salvation Army stepped up again and gave me women's counseling support for abuse and violence. So I am a big proponent of supporting Salvation Army. I know not everybody's in agreement with Salvation Army for good reasons too, but I want to give back however I can to the Salvation Army for what they've given to me, which was a lot. Okay, so I call this on my eBay store Nikki Box. So if if you go to my eBay store and you want to help me help support my friend has been without a job since our brokerage shut down back in, what year was that? It's over 10 years ago now, because I've been with iPro for a while now. But yeah, our brokerage had shut down, and she was one of the last employees there. She has not been able to find a job. She is extremely disabled. I know she probably doesn't like me using this. I know she's going to see this video at some point, but I'm sorry, but I'm going to play that card for you, Nikki, because she has muscular dystrophy, and mobility and accessibility is a serious issue for her to find a job. She wanted to work. She went to many job interviews, and you know, bathroom access was difficult with her wheelchair at that time. So she gave me a whole bunch of coins. They're $1 nickel coins. There's no silver ones here, but I have a bunch of them. They're listed on eBay for $5 a piece. Please check it out. Just when you do the search on my eBay store, look up Nikki Box, N-I-K-I. This is the Nikki Box, N-I-K-I, space box. And by the way, Too Good To Go. Sorry, I looked at the video afterwards. I'm like, you fool. Too Good To Go app yesterday. I spelled it. Apparently I was really tired. T-O-O, too good, G-O-O-D, to T-O, go, G-O, not G-O-O-D, G-O. If you're looking for deals and want to make a positive impact on the environment, really good deals, by the way. You can get retail items for 30% of the price, like food. Restaurant, Tim Hortons is on there, Metro, Longo's, Sobeys has their own app, and they're only 30 to 50% off with their items. The Too Good To Go app is 30% of the retail price, and sometimes some of the stores are very generous with what they give for that 30%. What else? So yeah, I'm gonna go play with my teapot. I really like it a lot. It's cute. And I don't drink tea, I drink coffee. So help me out, guys. Pick out a couple of listings if you see something. Talk to me about it. If you're local, we can pick up whatever. I do ship worldwide. This is not just about me, but just remember, I've got a pretty easy attainable goal there for sales. And to save my bacon and tell this lender to do your thing with someone else. If I were to do 100% of my store inventory right now at the value it's sitting at, that'd be like winning a lottery jackpot. But right now, let's just focus in on getting more than 2 sales a day. My overall day, I did end up going out for Uber today. I had to go out to vote. So as I do whenever I leave the house, I automatically flick on the Uber app. And it's like when I know my time is available. And so I drove home. I drove around the block and I drove home, and I tried, like it was cold. And I ended up getting back to into my driveway, and I'm sitting there and I'm just, putzing around, and I forgot the Uber app was still on. And I get this alert, go to my mom's long-term care home to pick up a rider from there. My mom, of course, has passed away. So, but I got excited because the ride was from, I get to know another one of the employees. I've already driven one of them home, one of the staff members, and she's a nurse there. I got to meet her. It was only for a few dollars, and it was only a couple of blocks. But I got to meet her and thank her. I don't know if she ever worked on the floor, but I thanked her for the work she does, because I know I saw it wasn't that they're giving bad care. It's just they were overworked and understaffed, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that one out. You just have to sit there and spend a little time with your loved one and watch what's going on and how many people it takes to take care of one person, and you know, all the duties and everything that they have to do, and how many people one staff member takes care of. So this is some of the stuff that I was talking about with her on our very brief ride, and she gave me a tip. She gave me a $3 tip. I made $7.83 today on Uber. And I made one sale for $9.95 on eBay. So that's my whopping total for income. Well, no, I have guests showing up in Airbnb today. And so that's a pretty good nightly rate. But anyway, yeah, I need I need you guys to make me go viral or whatever. Cheer me on, push the algorithms for me. Tomorrow I'm gonna check in again tomorrow. I'll talk about what's happening with YouTube. I don't think many of you know how YouTube works and how necessary it is to have subscribers and views and likes and comments. So when I'm helping out Mary Louisa's Kitchen and myself and Trinity, and you know, pushing somebody's YouTube channel, it really helps to get everybody on board and help supporting them. Anyway, you guys have a great night. Stay warm. Check out my eBay store. I'll put the link somewhere, if not my Linktree link. Go check out my Linktree. Oh, it's in my profile photo. The eBay store is my profile photo, so please follow me as a seller. If you don't have an eBay account, get an eBay account. You may consider becoming a reseller yourself. If you got clutter and everybody's got something that they don't want anymore, and you'd be surprised what sells on eBay. Toilet paper rolls, empty toilet paper rolls. That's all I'm saying about that. There is a market for those on eBay. I'm not selling them, but somebody is. So anyway, you guys go have yourselves a great night. Trinity's home. I'm gonna go make her a panini. Watch yesterday's video if you don't know about the paninis. And be kind, be good, love each other, make somebody smile today, make somebody laugh if you can. If you can't laugh yourself, laugh at me. Go watch a comedy. Raise your vibration. I love you. Bye.